Welcome to another episode of Just Life and Podcast. We've been gone for weeks, so I think you guys
Yes.
probably missed us. Um, this episode is going to be our last episode for season one. Yay! We have done a full 6 months
Yes.
with you guys. We're going to take a nice little break, and then you all should stay tuned for season two. So that gives you plenty of time to catch up on all the episodes that you did not
Yes.
watch or listen to, and then
Mhm.
be
Mhm.
caught up on all of our shenanigans by the time we come back. All right. So, what's been going on with you? What's the vibe? What's the vibe, chick?
Okay, so we've been dealing with unstable weather. Like just like we're dealing with a lot of unstable people in this country, it's a lot of unstable weather. Like we're up and down, up and down. Like, oh, it's very annoying. You
Yeah.
know me, I'm a hot weather type of girl, and I really thought it was peeking its head like, oh, okay, we outside, and then we had to come back inside. Because it's cold again. Like today wasn't horrible. Let me not be dramatic, but it's still like the
Mhm.
temperatures are definitely like lower. We're supposed to get some rain, all the typical things. The kids are on spring break this week. The child is on spring break this week. So
Uh-uh.
that's gonna be hellacious because
Not
now they're both
hellacious,
home.
Lord.
So
Jesus.
them two together are
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
mischievous. So, but you know what I mean? And then I will say I went on Saturday to do a second round of laser for my eyebrows. I got my eyebrows done. I got my eyebrows done, honestly, like umpteen years ago. And then when I say umpteen, I'm talking like 2007. So this was like a long time ago. I redid them after I gave birth to my son, which was in 2021, which was a mistake because your hormones are crazy, your complexion is crazy. It was
Mhm.
summertime, etc. So when everything settled, hormones, etc., I
Mm.
felt like they were too dark. And I was like, "Oh, I don't like it." I just, you know what I mean? Wasn't really feeling it, whatever, whatever. Went for the first round. I went to a place called Removery. They have different locations. Went to a place there and I thought I was gonna die. It was the worst
The
experience
pain?
of my life. Like it was so the pain, yo, like it feels like, a rubber band, somebody constantly
Mhm.
snapping you. That's what it feels like to me. And I was just like, no, 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 no. The girls, like, holding me down, my wig almost came off, like, it was off like, it was awful. It was an awful experience, and you're supposed to wait, like, 8 weeks in between, she said, before you can come back for round 2, and in my head, "You won't ever have to worry about me again, girl." That's what I was thinking in my head, like, "You will never see me again." And long story short, it was like a year. So, I went back on Saturday, went to a different
Mhm.
location, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, "Let me re certain locations, da, da, da." Went to a different location. I had this wonderful young lady, PA Joe, as we said, Imma shout her out. She made the
Oh,
experience
okay.
excellent. Like, she was thorough, she was efficient, she was educated as far as, like, the way she explained things to you, and really took her time, except obviously, it still hurts. It's laser. It still hurts, and the area that they're doing the eyebrows is also very sensitive, so I know it's, like, a heightened, like, pain with that area, but she was excellent though. She got pretty much most of it all. Hence, my eyebrows are swollen right now. They're very swollen. They're very red and everything like that. So we're
Mhm.
going through like the healing process, but definitely did that. But I'm glad I got it done though, because I've been, trying to get
Yeah.
that done
So
and
you
get
got
it
a third
over
you
with
gotta go
and
back for
stuff like that.
a third round?
I'm hoping not. She said that if I do, it's one little space
Mm.
on this eye here that maybe, but she was like, obviously, let your body do what it needs to do to expel what it needs to
Oh,
expel. We shall
okay.
see. But I'm hoping not. I'm hope because it's not fun. But if I'm going to go see her, I
Okay.
can tolerate it.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
just say
the
that.
practitioner
Yeah.
can make a difference in
Yes.
your experience for,
Yeah.
various
Mhm.
many things, treatments,
Yes.
you know.
And and that is something we talked about her because I let her know that I was in dentistry. And obviously, like nobody likes coming to the dentist. And I said, but a lot of people be like, "Oh, this wasn't bad. It was a good experience." I really do. It depends on the provider you're seeing for respective service. Because some people, they not
I
patient, they
understand.
aggressive, they just want to, zap your face off. Like she wanted to burn my face off, the first laser girl. I don't even know. But this one, she
Yeah.
really took her time. So
Okay,
it was
okay.
good. It was good. Yeah. So removery in Bel Air, just FYI. If anybody has tattoo removals, the removery,
Oh,
the
you was up
location
by
in Bel Air, just
where I
FYI.
used to
And
live.
CPA.
Okay. Mhm. Yeah,
Yes,
Harford County?
yes. 'Cause she was like, "You drove" yeah, Hartford County. Cause she was like, "You drove all the way" and did. I said, "'Cause I couldn't go back to where I went before." So I was like, "It's fine." It was like a 45-minute drive, from my
It was
house
worth
or
it.
whatever, but I don't care. It was
Yeah.
worth it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you? What's going on
Wedding
with you,
planning,
honey?
making a lot of headway with that. Did a lot of decisions,
Excellent.
colors, floral arrangements, bouquets, music,
Mhm.
all the things. Um, I chose a
Yes.
dress last weekend, so I ordered my dress. I know,
Yeah. Yes.
pretty. Ah,
That's always a big thing. So we at least you got that out of the way. That's always a big
yes,
one.
yes. So now we gotta do the
Yeah.
bridal party's fashions now that my dress is out the way because I wanted to see what my dress was gonna be like first and then go ahead and, pick everybody else's stuff. So that's
Mhm.
what's next. But that was a whole big thing. Like we went to 4
Okay.
bridal shops in total. We did 3 on Saturday and we did 1 on Sunday. The dress
Mhm.
that I actually ended up getting, I ordered it on Monday. Was
Mhm.
the second boutique we had gone to,
Okay.
but I had all these appointments and I wanted to see everything through and see all the dresses and do all the tryings on.
Mhm.
And we had a good time. It was my
Exactly.
future mother-in-law, my sister, and 2 of my, guy friends, and it was everything. It was
Okay.
everything. Oh my god. It
I
was
love
everything,
that.
and
I
then
love
Monday,
that.
like I said, I ordered it, and then on Friday, we, went and did my say the yes to the dress ceremony, took pictures and videos, and I had the sign, and I tried the dress back on. We had a big ass bottle of champagne.
I love
It's amazing. Yeah, so
I love that. I
it
love
is,
that.
it's
This is
so
so
exciting,
exciting.
and, I've
I
hired
love it.
my cousin, who's a personal trainer actually in Maryland, but I do his virtual program to get me right for the wedding. I've already lost weight, you could
Mhm.
tell. Like, he's got me doing,
Mhm.
getting right with my nutrition. I also have a dietitian that I've been working with,
Mhm.
and working out, and it's all coming together. It's just the plan
Mhm.
is coming together. If you need
Yes.
a personal trainer though,
I love
check
that.
out my cousin because he don't play. Like, he knows his stuff and he don't play. Get Ju Fit on Instagram, GETJU. I think it's then a underscore FIT. Get you yeah. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, that's what's
Okay.
going on. Yeah,
Get you fed. I
yeah.
love that. Yes. Yes to the exercise and eating right. I think we all on that train right now. I think I told you my coworkers and I, we've been definitely trying to get right with that and exercising and
Mhm,
protein
mhm.
drinks and everybody's trying to
Yeah,
get yeah,
yeah.
so I love that.
So,
It's good.
that's been pretty much everything, and swimming. Learning how to swim. That's so I don't drown.
Yes. I feel like that'll be your time for relaxation outside of the wedding stuff. You know what I mean? Because like the wedding planning takes up so much, that one I can understand, right? So at least like the
Mhm.
swimming's kind of like, ooh, my time with the water. And you could do your thing, like you know what I mean, relax
Yeah,
a little bit,
yeah.
decompress. So
I
that's
really like
actually
my instructor. I
good.
feel like he's just really
Yeah.
good. I had tried to take swimming,
Okay.
like, a gazillion years ago, and I wasn't able to finish because I had fractured my ankle. I think I might have told y'all that. Um, but it was just leaps and bounds,
Hmm.
like, the difference from the progress that I made with several sessions of that first time versus the
Hmm.
relatively little amount of swimming classes I've had in comparison with this person. I mean, this guy, shout out to Johnny at Swim DCS in Douglasville. Um, he had us swimming on the first day.
Okay.
I was like, this cannot be the beginner's class because why are we literally like swimming across the pool on the first day? Like, what?
Right, right.
So
I
Yeah.
love that though. That's good though. I would ask for a life jacket, but no, hey, I wouldn't try it. I'm gonna try
You would be
with my life
surprised
jacket
at what you
though.
would accomplish with the right
Yeah.
instructor. Yeah.
You're
Same as
right though.
like
You never
the
know.
right
That's true.
practitioner can change your experience with the service. The right instructor can
Mm,
change how you
mhm,
learn something
mhm.
new. So, yeah.
Yes, that's
All
true.
right.
You're
So what
right
we
about
got?
that.
Huh?
All right, y'all. No, I was saying the same
Oh
thing
yeah.
as you. Like, all right, y'all.
The rundown. What we got?
Yeah, so this episode is basically going to be a rundown episode. So we have like a slew of topics, and we're just kind of like going to talk a little bit about the different topics. Okay. So we're going to start it out with Tiger Woods. So Tiger Woods' mugshot, excuse me, was released. And basically, they said allegedly
Yeah.
that it is a DUI. This occurred in Florida, and they said like his vehicle rolled over like multiple times. He is okay. Obviously, thank God for that. But, it just seems like after his divorce or whatever the issue,
No,
he just hasn't been right. I don't know what's going on. I'm not like super familiar with him, whatever, but it just seems like after that divorce, whatever, it's just
I
been
agree.
very rocky for
I
him.
agree.
I
He
don't know.
hasn't been the same, and this is not the first time that he's
Yeah.
flipped the car several
Mhm.
times, like, serious accidents. I think,
Yes.
like, when he was going through whatever with his wife, I don't know, did like, he hit a tree or something? I don't know,
Mhm.
and then
Yes.
flipped this
Absolutely. Yes.
other car over when he was on some, like, golf event, and
Mhm.
he's not been well. He's not been right. I don't know what shifted
Yeah.
in his
Mhm.
psyche with that divorce, but yeah, he got some stuff going on. I really feel
Yeah.
bad about that for him because such an amazing talent,
I agree.
and I feel like, for us in the Black
Absolutely.
community, obviously,
Mhm.
we were very proud of him because it was like this, amazing Black athlete,
Mhm.
conquering in a space where we are not usually, seen and celebrated, and I think he, like, broke open the
Mhm.
doors for that, and now you've seen more, golfers of color, coming into that space, both male and
Yep.
female, like, I feel like he kinda, like, busted the door open for that
Mhm.
from my perspective I don't pay attention to
Mhm.
golf, but
I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
but then now, like,
Mhm.
to see that
Yeah.
I don't wanna say downfall, but kinda like a downfall, like, kinda like the other side, it's kinda like, "Oh, dang, Tiger, for real?"
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
very unfortunate. Mhm. Very unfortunate, yeah. I don't know, I don't know. Alright, moving on to another T. Tyler Perry. So, Tyler Perry gifted TSA agents, in Atlanta with gift cards, totaling the amount of $250,000, which was nice because I know he tried to give them money before and it was rejected, and obviously, we're seeing everything happening with the TSA at airports across the country. I know as of late, Trump did sign an order to allow TSA workers to be paid. It's going to come from the DHS funds. It's like finally, but you know what I mean? I'm sure there's still
Yeah,
workers that have left. So they're still going to be paying catch up because there might not be any staff there even still. But at least Tyler Perry was very kind and
yeah,
gracious enough to do something for these workers who have still been showing up in spite of not getting a pay in an
yeah,
economy like this as well, which I don't
yeah.
even understand. Like, you know what I mean? How that's even
Oh,
possible. Once
this
again,
whole
yeah,
situation has
craziness,
just been
craziness.
a shit show, and I feel bad. Well, one, I don't understand, like, why it was a loophole where he
Mhm.
wasn't able to give them cash, but he was able to come back and give them gift cards. Like, they stopped him from giving them cash because they're not supposed to be able to accept gifts, but then he was able to give them
Mhm.
gift cards. Whatever, at least
Gift
they got
card.
it. But, I would have been like, "Listen, find somebody on the inside that can get everybody's
Yeah.
numbers, and we gonna contact y'all
Mhm.
outside of this environment, text y'all, and figure out how you want these funds."
Right.
But, he found a way,
Right.
whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but,
Yeah,
for these TSA
exactly.
agents, this is, like, the 2nd time in, like, a year where they've had to go through this, where it's, like, all these several
Yes.
weeks of no pay. I know their staff,
Mhm.
has, diminished greatly, and I feel like it's probably at this point gonna be difficult to even find people who
Mhm.
want to work for TSA because it's like, "Well, damn, y'all had 2 shutdowns in a year. Why am I coming work for y'all for? Y'all are so
Mhm.
unstable."
Yes,
I wouldn't apply to TSA. Um, so
yes.
I'm really,
Just your
I'm feeling
stability.
like the way
Mm-mm.
we
Mhm.
travel for the next some months probably is gonna be a problem. I actually, my sister flew into town from Virginia to go wedding dress shopping. I dropped her
Mhm.
off at the airport at 6 PM.
Mhm.
Her flight was at 9 PM.
Mhm.
She missed 2 flights. From the time I
Mhm.
dropped her off at 6 PM, it took her 10 hours to
Mhm.
get to her gate for the now 3rd
Mm-mm.
flight that she had to book. She missed work the next day. She just had a foot
Mm-mm.
surgery, and she was standing in the TSA line for 10 hours.
Mm-mm.
So, I, have
That's
Yeah, I personally have
insane.
seen the disaster that this has caused. I'm glad that the Democrats did not cave. I'm glad that TSA is getting their pay,
Yes.
but we can't keep doing this. Like, what?
No.
Come on.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not conducive. And even to piggyback off of what you said, as far as like with your sister, someone else was also telling me their family was flying to Orlando for Disney World. They have 4 children. So it was the parents and 4 children with them. They were in TSA line for 7 hours and they actually prepared and got there 5 hours in advance because they
Mhm.
were telling people, to get there 5 hours in advance. And they did that, and it still took them 7 hours to fly. What is Florida from
Yeah.
Maryland? Like 2
Yeah.
hours, 3, you know what I mean? For that short of it's very, like, crazy. I was just like, I told my husband, I said, "You gonna have to leave the kids at home and meet me as I get close, maybe, or you get then bring the kids, because I already know my the kids, nah. We all would have been
Yeah.
insane and irritable and just all the things. How many snacks I'm
Yeah.
bringing if we stand in line?
Yeah.
I'm bringing snack. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no, it's just not conducive at all.
I
Very
have to travel
unfortunate
to
once
Vegas
again.
next month, and what I bought, because I wasn't sure how this was gonna play out, and I'm
Mhm.
still not sure how it's gonna play out because they still gotta, like, hire more people now. I bought, a collapsible stool. So it's
Mhm.
like on a little strap, you can carry it like a purse or whatever, and it expands and retracts. And so if I have to be in TSA for a gazillion hours, I can
Right.
sit down because, I have back and knee issues and I can't be standing like that.
Very smooth.
Um, and then
I
for
feel
my
you.
niece's
I feel
graduation in
you. Yeah.
May, we're thinking about just driving to Virginia because I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
just to avoid.
yeah, we're gonna see how it
Mhm.
goes.
Mhm. 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 I can understand. Yeah. Alrighty, so shifting a little bit to the music industry. So take Tank and Tyrese had a versus battle.
I
I
don't
didn't
either.
see it. I didn't even think versus was still going on. I'm not gonna lie. And people said that Tyrese lost. And it was very funny. Ray J, he always got to have an opinion. He said that basically that Tyrese was trash. He was like, basically Tyrese was worse than him. And he was like, and I was bad at verses. So you did
No.
worse than me
What?
at the verses. That's what he had to add his opinion.
I did
But did
not.
you watch
I didn't
it?
even know that was I'm
Okay.
like, I've never been, like, consistent with
Yeah.
watching Versus. I
Yeah.
never know when they come on. I never know really know how you supposed to watch them. I never know, like, is it like a every month thing? I don't know. Like, the
Yeah.
major ones that people have kinda talked about and blown up or whatever, like, I've watched those, but in general,
Mhm. Yeah. See, I feel like I watch the big ones, and obviously if it's people that
yeah.
I really, really like, I'm gonna watch, just to tap
Mhm.
in and see what's what. But yeah, I don't know. Another announcement, Lotto, Big Mama No Kids, basically announced obviously that her 21
Yeah,
Savage
she's
are
big
having a
pregnant too.
baby. So it was like
She's big pregnant too.
say it again. Yes, 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 yes. Very far along. It was appearance. I mean, she looks far along and everything like that. But everybody, some people were like celebrating her, congratulating them, etc. That other people were like, basically, I thought you said no kids, whatever, whatever, and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, get over it. She said waiting for the right one, right time. So to me, I said
Yeah,
she's still right. So, I mean,
yeah.
she's still good. Like her and 21 Savage just seem like they've been rocking for a few years. And, people were obviously getting on her like, oh my God, nobody wants to get married anymore, etc. But I don't know if his other marriage is complete yet, like as far as like divorce. I
Yeah,
wasn't sure about that. So even if he did want to marry her, I don't even know
yeah.
if
I
he's
heard he
able
was
to.
still
But
married. I
I
heard he
said,
was still married
congratulations.
and that he had kids with
See?
that wife, but I thought that that was just like a marriage for papers, but I guess not.
Oh, yes. Yes. No, people did say that it was a marriage for
Mm,
papers. People definitely did say that. So he still got
yeah,
finished
yeah.
long before he, obviously. So when people were like, "Oh, you don't have a ring, you're not married," I'm like, "Well, he's still married. How
Right.
he gonna get married
That part.
twice? Like, hello,
That
like,
part. But also,
yeah."
this
But
whole thing of, "Oh, I thought she said no kids." People are entitled to change their mind, first of all. Like, she's young,
yes,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like,
mm-hmm,
and maybe
mm-hmm,
she felt that way when she was out shaking ass on stage and doing whatever at the time, and now she's decided
mm-hmm.
that she's gonna,
Yeah,
go ahead and have a baby. I mean, she's of age. She's been in a long-term
agreed.
relationship. Maybe it was planned, maybe it wasn't. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? It's not our business really. But at the end of the day, if she wanna have a baby, she
Yeah.
can have a baby. And people change their mind.
No, I agree. I said the people that have yeah, I agree. I was gonna say because I feel like the people that have big opinions, I'm like,
That
are you
part.
helping to babysit? Are you helping to feed, clothe, anything? So if not, you're
There you
good.
go.
Just watch from afar. Just do that. Like, just be peaceful. Like, but either way, Ivana Lizette Ortiz. This name rings in my spirit because this is the lady that shot up my cousin's
Oh,
house, Rihanna. Like, and this lady had the audacity to say that not to plead guilty. First of all, I think she needs the death penalty. That was my first thing. As soon as I heard the story, put her under jail quickly.
death
Get her
penalty,
out of here.
Lord.
I said, because you shot up my cousin's house. Her mother was in there. The husband was in there. The children was home and other staff.
Yeah.
No, thank you God that nobody was hurt. But it's not the point. I want her out of here. So that was it. I was so
The
mad when I
death
heard this story.
penalty,
I
Lord
was so mad.
Jesus.
But no, she needs it. Because you pleading not guilty to who? We see you all through there. Like, how you gonna plead
Wasn't
not
this
guilty?
but there was more to the
But
story,
obviously,
like,
yes,
wasn't she
she's
saying
mentally
some,
ill.
like, crazy stuff, though? Like, what was she was, like, saying
Mhm.
Rihanna was
Yeah, she Yeah, obviously, there's definitely some mental illness there. But yes, she's like made like several videos, like just ranting about her, saying that she's not
mm,
a good person and she's just really bad and da-da. She's never
yeah,
met her. You know what I mean? This is like those people that have like I feel like those delusional relationships with celebrities or whatever the situation may be. But in all seriousness, though, I'm like, yo, you really could have hurt somebody. Like, are you well? Clearly, you're not. But I'm like, "No, no, no,
mm,
no. You gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here." You like, so we'll see though what happens as far as like, what they
yeah.
ended up charging her with. But yeah. Jay-Z is doing a show at the Yankee Stadium. So apparently he had to add a third show because they said it was like a million people who flooded the queue for tickets. I was like, dang. And I feel like I just heard that he announced it
Yeah,
and it was like boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, like already like done. People. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like it's nice to see him. You know what I mean? I like Jay-Z to see him like coming out doing shows like, a concert I guess like a mini concert, so to speak. Like he's not, it doesn't seem like he's touring, but doing his concert like in his home state and everything like
Isn't
that.
it,
So I
like,
think that's dope
for, like,
though.
the
I'm very happy
anniversary
for
of the
him.
Blueprint or something like that? Okay.
Yes, 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 yeah. So I was just like, go ahead,
Yeah.
Jay-Z. Yeah. So I think that should be a
Oh,
vibe.
yeah. I know my, sister had mentioned it, like, she wanted to
Definitely.
go, but, I don't know how
Okay.
realistic that will be
Yeah.
at this point if people are a million people in the queue.
Girl, and like I said, I feel like he just announced it. And I'm like, huh? Y'all already
Oh, yeah, I know
dang.
people
Like clearly I'm not
love
moving
Jay-Z
fast enough.
down. They
But
love this man so hard. So I'm
yeah,
not
that's the
surprised
thing.
whatsoever
Yes.
at all.
Yes. All right. Tommy Lee, if people don't know her, I remember her from Love and Hip Hop. Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she
Atlanta.
was on Love and Hip Hop. The
Mhm.
one that likes to fight. I think everybody knows. And then Jules Smith. Jules Smith is Solange's son. So they like sparked like chatter online because basically she was straddling him. They were at a lounge and she was straddling him. And obviously people were like, "Oh my god, you're gross," because it's like a 20-year age difference.
I
She is
didn't know she was
41,
that
he is
old.
21.
She's
And people are like,
41?
"Hello, like what are you doing?" Yeah.
What? Oh,
Yeah. She
wow.
definitely is. Yeah. So I think for me, only because what we see of Tommy, I'm like, "Jules, how did you end up in the mixings of her?" That was, like, my initial thing, like, put the age thing aside because we
Yeah.
do see it, look at Drea and her boo. Like, it's like a 20-year age gap too, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. It is weird though, I do think it's weird for a 40-year-old woman to be dating a 20-something-year-old
Mhm.
because, like, what are you talking about again? But anyways, I'm like, I just don't understand, like, how they connected because in my head, they don't come off like
Yeah.
they would move in the same circles, and I could
Yeah.
be wrong, obviously. You know what I mean? Well, obviously, I am wrong because clearly, you know what I mean? And things like that. But people were definitely dragging her because of that whole situation. They was like,
Uh-uh.
call Auntie D, get her. Like, you
Uh-uh. But why they dragging her? They ain't dragging him. Takes
so
2. I
I don't,
mean, you know what I'm saying?
it, I guess because she the old one. They say
Uh-oh.
you the
Mm-mm,
mother, or
Lord.
you need to know better in your big age. You got this little boy because I think her daughter is like older than him. Like,
I did not know this girl was that old,
oh,
though. I thought she was, like, in her 30s, for real, for real.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but it was a picture, right? A picture of her
yeah,
straddling him
yeah.
or a video?
It was a video. There was pictures that surfaced
Mhm.
before the video came out though, of them
Oh,
together, like, hanging out, etcetera. You know,
yeah.
this like, the straddling thing was definitely it was a video, excuse me. But she said it's nothing though. She was like, "People are making a
Huh.
big deal like it's really nothing."
Oof. I don't know. I
So,
feel like these
you know,
girls that be
hey,
on these
yeah.
Love and Hip Hops and these reality shows, like, fighting and just cutting a whole fool. Men do not care. Look at,
Mhm.
what's the girl, Erica Mena? She done beat everybody up from the top to the bottom of the damn East
Well,
Coast and still can snag and bag a man with no issue. Like, they do not care.
oh my god. Erica been fighting
Girl,
a long
she
time
been
too.
fighting her whole life. Her whole life. These men do not
Really.
care.
Yeah. Well, since we talk about fighting, another fighter, well, she fights for her career though.
Clarissa
I can never say
Shields.
her name. Clarissa Shield. Clarissa, yes. Okay. So she denies that Papoose basically is with her for money because people are just like people don't really think that Papoose really like her. Like he don't give it up for Clarissa like the way
Mm,
he did like with Remy. Like people feel like he showed more love towards Remy. That's what people feel. It may or may not be true. Like, I don't know. Her and Remy
yeah,
and Papoose were together for a long time. So we were also accustomed to seeing them together. So I do think sometimes people have a hard time
yeah,
seeing somebody else with somebody
true.
new. Um, but yes, and she was like, he pays most of her bills and he's a real man. I will say this with Shields, I really wish that she would
Yeah,
do less
mhm,
talking, to be honest, because she's a very talented boxer, and she does her thing in the ring, obviously. But I feel like a lot of times it is overshadowed because she's constantly defending her relationship with Papoose. You don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You know what it is between you and him. Because at the end of the day, you can do all the explain that you want. The people still not gonna believe you, and they still gonna have something to say. Like when it's all said. So she did all of this talking, and he paid this, and da 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 da. When it was all said and done, people's like, "Nah, you lying, you don't pay nothing." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you can't convince people, like, or try to change their mind about something if they truly don't want to. So I'm like, "Girl, just focus on your career and keep
yeah.
it
I
pushing."
feel
I don't
like though,
know.
like I won't say her I won't say she's relevant because of him, but I will say also that she's relevant because of him because I didn't know who this girl was until him. Like, okay, she's a
Mhm,
boxer.
mhm,
Apparently, like she
mhm.
has a movie or something and da da da. But I was like, who is this girl? Like, I only started hearing about her in the context of she's Papooses' new girlfriend. Um, so I don't know if she
Yeah.
plays on that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, now Clarissa's all over Shade Room and Hollywood
Mm.
Unlocked and
Mhm.
socials and people talking about her and stuff like that, even though she had a career before him. It's like that's kinda like what tips her into
Mhm.
our, like, knowing who
Mhm.
she is.
Mhm.
Um, but also, what money is
That's true.
Papoose paying these bills with? Because what does he do? I mean, this is a genuine question. This is
A
a genuine question. What does he
and
do
that
for money?
same and that same question came across everybody's mind, so that's why I was like, "Why are you here convincing people?" People still gonna be like, "Girl, please, go sit down." Because what is Papoose doing currently? Because obviously we know that he's a rapper, right? But he never blew up to be mainstream. I think he's respected like
Oh,
in
yeah.
his genre. Like he is a lyricist. I think he does his thing, like, whatever. But it's never gone like big. You know what I mean? And granted, we don't know what other hustles. Maybe he in real estate, he do stocks, maybe he do other things. I don't know. But on the surface of what we do know him for, people are like, girl, he paying your bills how? Because what songs he been dropping, where he did, whose
Right.
mixtape is he on? Like, you know what I mean? Like various
Yeah.
questions. So that's why I'm like, girl, just be quiet. If he pay your bills, okay, he pay your bills quietly. You don't have to explain it to us because we still gonna find a way to be
Yeah.
like, you sure? So that's why I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to prove it to us. She
She
talks too much.
does.
That's the only thing I would say about
You know
her.
what
I
this
feel like she
kinda,
talks too
like, reminds me of? Like, when a woman is constantly doing too much talking, doing too much
much.
defending, doing too much explaining, doing too much reassuring, and we find out
Hmm.
later on down the line, shit ain't
Hmm.
sweet. Yandy and Mendices. she did all that. And my man, and we good,
Hmm.
and we
Hmm.
Where they at now? Not together.
Hmm.
It's giving
Yes.
it's
Yes.
giving it's
Agreed.
giving she's trying to
Agreed.
convince herself that everything is cool.
Thank you. And it's so funny, even with the Yandy and Mendici situation, I remember him saying, like, you always so worried about what the outside world is saying, and you're less concerned with what, is in between you and I, what we're saying as a collective, if that makes sense. So it was like you constantly trying to put on this facade for the outside, like, we're good. And he's looking like, no, we're not that good, but
Mhm.
we can keep it inside. Like we can solve it inside, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean? But she want to vocalize for the outside people. You do too much talking, people going to do a lot of questioning. Just be quiet sometimes, like, and just don't say anything, and then people won't have anything to
Yeah.
be like, no, but okay, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's one of those situations like less is more. If people questioning your relationship, handle that with your partner, because we're never going to be on your side, and people don't want good for you. So you don't have you trying to prove something to them. They don't want y'all together anyway. No, they miserable. They don't want nobody to be happy. So they're like, yay,
Uh-huh.
they broke up, like,
That's funny.
and all that type of stuff. So I don't know, but I agree though. I always say that for people who do too much posting. That's also my theory behind it. They like post their part. Oh my God, the love. You are the water in the ocean and you flow through me. And all granted, if she's your water or he's your water, the ocean, good. I'm glad you guys is each other water. But I'm like, you have to post
Right.
it for the masses for why? Because we care, we don't. Like, stop it. Like, you know what I mean? And then I feel like going back to what you said, a lot of times after you be like, oh, so and so broke up or so and so divorced. Yeah. Cause you was doing too much posting for the people who don't really care to try to prove
Mhm.
that it was something that it really
Mhm.
wasn't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. But teach
We
them.
gonna see.
But yeah, that part. Exactly. Cause everything is always gonna come to the light. So Usher. So Usher did an interview, and this one of the questions, obviously, people always gonna ask. It was basically about Diddy, and he said that he has nothing negative to say about Diddy because his experience was not, what has been displayed so far. It was only like something that like dawned on me a little bit. Like I was kind of like, ooh, because Young Miami just recently did another interview with Charlemagne. So this is like the second time that she's spoken about this topic, and everything like that. And she had similar sentiments about that. Like she was just like basically her experience or what she experienced of Diddy was not what, came out about him, etc., and everything like that. And then she also talked about JT and stuff like that. But long story short, both of them got dragged, especially Miami, because people are just like, "There's no way that wasn't your experience. You can't say because he was beating this one down, et cetera, and everything like that." So once again, with that situation, more in particular with Young Miami, there's nothing she's gonna be able to say that people will
Yeah.
be like, "Okay." Like, like, we understand. Like, you know what I mean? They're always gonna be like, "No, he beat you. No, you was in the freak off, or he
Mhm.
baby oiled you." They're always gonna say that. Like, there's no way that she can get around it because people already have a narrative in their mind. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't fit your actual narrative of what actually happened between you
I'm
and him,
wondering why she
whatever.
spoke on that
So,
though recently
I
because we had already moved past that. You know what I'm saying? Like this was like what a year and a half or so
we
ago. I
asked
don't know
her.
at this point. Like she'd already spoke on it. She'd
Mhm,
already got dragged. People had already said she was lying.
mhm,
This, that, and the third. It had been put
mhm,
to bed. We were done with it. We had moved on. And now you done
mm,
drug that shit up from the
mhm.
depths and put it back on the table again. Why? You was in the
Yeah.
clear, girl.
Be Yeah, well, Charlemagne asked her
No, but
specifically.
this is the
He
thing.
definitely did ask her because, like I
Mm-mm.
said, these
Mm-mm, mm-mm, no.
journalists. Go ahead.
I don't accept
Mhm.
that as an excuse because you know that you can set the terms before you go in that interview on what
Uh,
you are willing to speak about and what you're not. And you
oh,
should have
yes, yes,
said,
yes,
listen,
yes,
don't ask me nothing
yes.
about Diddy. I'm done. I done finally
Mhm.
the dust and finally settled in
Yeah.
regards to me in this topic. I will not be discussing. I got a new song out. I got a new whatever. You want to talk about JT? We can do all that. Do not speak this man's
Right.
name to me. Why, girl, would you put yourself in that position?
Mhm. That part is very true. I do agree with you there. You could definitely set the terms, but
Ugh.
people are still interested. And these journalists are still, and it's like, oh, Charlemagne, he's gonna ask you differently. Because obviously the only other time she spoke on it was with Saucy Santana. He's gonna do it differently. Like he asked her, like, did it affect her business? And she said yes, it affected her business. Just like different things about it. And then another thing that I didn't watch the interview yet either. I don't know whose platform it's on, to be honest. I'm just going by the clips, but I wanted to hear his response because she asked something about people changing. And I wanted to hear what he was going to say because he also is like, a change person when it comes to like a lot of things like in his
Mm,
personal life back in the day. Moving on though, with JT though, I thought it was very interesting where she said her and JT are in their relationship. Because
mhm,
obviously we could see that things ain't, you know what I mean, lovey dovey like the way it is. I mean, one thing Young Miami definitely said is that, JT is still her people's. She love her down. Like, that's always going to be locked in, like, regardless. You know what I mean? Like, because they're childhood friends and, etc. But she was like, she feels like they need a therapist almost because she was like, it's almost like they're a married couple. And
uh-uh,
it's like, you did this, you did that, and da 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 da. Da. And I said, when it's a lot of finger pointing like
mm,
that, that's ego talking. And somehow, something got crossed. And one thing that she also said is that when JT came back home from jail, she
mm.
wasn't the same person. She said something had changed with her in jail. And then obviously she wasn't in jail for 5 years, but whatever. Jails change people. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? But she was just like, she was not the same person. And she felt like it started, brewing from there. And, obviously people have their different narratives that maybe JT was jealous or, because Young Miami
Yeah,
was basically the whole group,
yeah,
representing both of them, but
yeah.
still as one, you know what I'm saying? And everything like that while she was away. But it was very interesting though to
Mm,
like hear her perspective on Jay-Z because she was like, no, I love her. Like I love her down, like regardless of anything, But they're just definitely at odds because they were kind of like moving in two different directions. Their brands are a little bit different. Cause JT's into that high
yeah,
fashion, that type of vibe and,
yeah.
whatever right now and stuff.
So
So,
they're
I don't know.
they're not friends right
Mhm.
now?
They I it's
Okay.
giving no. It's giving no. It's giving like, we not cool, we don't talk like that, but at the end of the day, like you still my peoples, like, I got
Okay.
love for you know what I'm saying? Like, I would
Mm,
never bash you, because she definitely never bashed her, which I respect, though, because she coulda had ample opportunity to say, run down everything that JT may have done to
mhm,
her, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, so she didn't say anything bad about her, but it was just kinda like, you don't know, they're not
mm.
in the best place right now, obviously, for various reasons, because they do a lot of finger pointing of
Interesting.
who did what to who.
Hmm, okay.
So, yeah. So, I don't know. And but because I wanted to hear what she was also gonna say if the group was ever gonna get
Um,
back together, because I know he
yeah.
also did ask her that too, and everything like that, or will they just continue on their solo journeys? Because obviously the solo journeys, though, it hasn't been as poppin'
No,
as them as a
no,
collective, though. It hasn't. Like, you know what I mean?
mm-mm,
Like,
no.
I don't
I
know. I
wonder,
don't know.
like,
So,
people
yeah.
had speculated, like, oh,
Mhm.
Uzi had gotten in the middle of them or whatever. Um, I mean,
Mm.
maybe it's
Mhm.
true, maybe it's not, but we know that Uzi was courting JT before she even got out of
Mhm, mhm.
prison. So, if he had
Right.
some play in this or whatever, that could also be the reason why she was like not the same person when she
Mhm.
got out of prison because, Uzi was already in her ear about stuff. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't really know what his motivation would be to break them up or cause rift though.
Mm.
Like, I don't know
Ri I
what would he
agree,
benefit from
I
it?
agree. A fun-loving child. I agree. Like, he just wants like, I don't know, like, a big kid to me. That's what he reminds me like, I'm not, like, super familiar with his music either, but, yeah, he just
Mhm.
reminds me of, like, a big kid. Like, he's so tiny. Like, I don't know, I don't
Yeah, I don't know.
but I mean, but who knows? Because even going back to what you said, when you talk about men, though, people said that Carisha got cocky when she was
Yeah.
dating Diddy too, though, because it was like, oh, she got a billionaire daddy, like
I
she on
mean,
her ish now
for a
or
city
whatever,
girl, I mean,
whatever.
not the group itself, but
Um,
a city girl. I mean, that's a big score. She will pop her shit. I mean,
right,
that what?
right. Well, my thing is that when she was popping shit, she said, "I'm bringing my friend," and I was like, my type of girl, like we all gonna enjoy. That
Right.
was like my thing. Because best believe if I was single, let me bag a billionaire. I'm be like, Keita, come on. We outside. Everybody. I'm gonna send the PJ to you. You get in.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all gonna enjoy because we don't know how long this is gonna last. So we gonna eat it up for right now until he cuts my ass off. Like, what?
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? Because everybody got their
Yeah.
version,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I don't know. But that wraps up though everything that I saw happening in the world besides the
Yeah.
obvious of like war and we're not at war and maybe they waiting to, slap Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't know. But it's gas prices are
Oh,
hella high. Like gas is,
yeah.
expensive. Just the fruit is not good. I can't find good fruit
Uh-huh.
anywhere. We have no farmers because he sent them back to their respective countries, and allegedly he want to call them back now. What else is up Shit's Creek? Just all the
Girl, all
things.
the things, all the
Yeah.
things. The world is in shambles.
Yes.
Everything is
Yes.
expensive. Gas is high. You can't catch a flight in peace.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah,
No.
shambles.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. So it's a time to be alive, though.
Our
It's a time.
generation, I was
So
telling my sister the other day, I was like, our generation has
we should.
experienced some shit. Like, our generation is in the history books because between pandemics, first black president,
Yes.
orange face, and
Yes.
all of his shenanigans in two
Mhm.
terms,
Mhm.
convictions and impeachments. Um, I mean, we've just had a
Mhm.
lot. We've had AI has come out in our generation.
Mm.
Like, we had a lot
Yes.
going on. Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope everything, I don't even know anymore what I hope for. It is what it is. We taking it day by day. We're taking it day by day because it's like you said, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's just on
yeah.
across the board. We just all trying to
Just trying
make
to
it.
make it, girl. Just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
I don't know. My fiance the other day was
yes.
like, "Should we go
Yes.
ahead and pay the rest of the wedding off, or
Uh-huh.
should we wait?" He was like, "With everything that's going on in the world." I was like, "Let's just wait.
Mhm.
Like, we got plenty of time before the final payment is due.
Mm.
Let's just wait. We don't
Yes.
need to give these people all our money right now because we don't know what Orange
Mhm.
Face is gonna do." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. I feel
we
you.
good for now. We
Mhm.
might not be the
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it's like,
girl,
it's okay.
yeah, it's
Mm. Well,
yeah,
do
I
you have
agree.
some mindset
Yeah.
reset to, like,
Well,
you know,
all right, y'all.
rebalance us this week? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Mm.
Okay, let me give it to you. There are 2 ways to be happy. Change the situation or change your mindset
Mm.
towards it. That is our mindset reset, episode number 24. Season 1 has wrapped.
Alright. Okay,
Yes.
we made it. 6 months, baby.
Yes.
Whew,
Yes, we
we
did.
made it.
Yes, we
Well,
did. Yes,
my
we
usual
did.
closing spiel would be where to find us, and so I'm still gonna tell you those things because if you missed some episodes, then you still need to know where to find us. So, we are available on YouTube. We are available on all
Right.
of your podcasting platforms, whether that's Apple, that's Spotify, that's Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcast, we are
Mhm.
available there. We're
Mhm.
on Instagram at Just Life and Podcast. We're on TikTok at
Mhm.
Just Life and Podcast. You can catch us in our emails if you wanted to send us a message about something at justlifeandpodcast at gmail.com. And we also have a link tree on our IG where you can reach out to us
Yes.
there as well. So, woo, it's been a run, y'all. We have
Yes.
learned a lot. Season 1, we have made so many
Yes.
little adjustments behind the scenes. We have made adjustments in front. You see
Mhm.
us on video, like, I think we did, like, half or more of the season without video. Yeah. So,
Right. Yes.
just growing and getting
Yes.
better. That's all.
That's
Alright,
all we can
y'all.
do.
Well, until season 2, be safe, take care, watch your back in this crazy
Yes, sir.
world, and we wish y'all the best. Alright.
Mhm. Yes.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.